creativity. This is another one that I think is an easy area to get good points in, because this is an area that you can just really put a little detail into something can make a huge difference. And we're going to start off with some boutonnieres, okay? The scenario was to create a boutonniere, and I know these are small, so we're gonna pass them to Melissa. A boutonniere using 2 spray roses, and she'll pull that up so you can see it. This is a traditional boutonniere, and if you can see, it's just the stems have been taped with floral stem. There you go. That shows it really good. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. We see that, okay? That's one. The next one, just like it, with one exception. They took the time to wrap the stem with a ribbon, okay? Even though design-wise they are identical, they look the same, that has ribbon on it. You can see there's a little bit of difference there. Then we take the same one, and this one placed ribbon, but they also added some beaded wire work onto the stem, okay? Now this is one of the things I've had people tell me all the time, what's wrong with that? What is wrong with this? Under creativity, I got a 3. Why would I get a 3 on this? You know, we get very passionate about our students and our work, but there's nothing creative. No, this is expected. This is the norm. There was no creativity there. There was a little bit of creativity here because they chose to use the glittered ribbon to wrap their stem. Above average, be stretching it, but in that category. Here, creativity, it would be anywhere from an 8 to 10, creativity, very creative. That's what I would do. So you can see the execution of creating it, the mechanics, the balance, and everything's there. But under creativity, they took the initiative to wrap their stem. Here, they wrap all these different accessory products. But if they don't use them or know how to use them, they're not going to take advantage of them. So this is where if they had the access to this and knew how to do this, even if you didn't have the beaded wire and you just had regular bullion wire, you could zigzag bullion wire on it, give it a little more metallic finish. That would be more creative. So we're saying below average, average to above average, and excellent. All right, so here we have bud vases, and we're looking at this, approaching this to evaluate it on the area of creativity. Here you can see we've got 3 carnations. Let's talk about color balance while we're at it. Okay, the balance on color balance is perfect because we're using the all same color. So we don't have to worry if the lighter's on top and the heavier is on bottom. Okay, follow me? Here, this is a standard, what I would consider a standard bud vase. Would I say there's any creativity here? Not necessarily. I mean, it's a good design. There's nothing wrong with it aesthetically, but as far as being creative, were they creative? No. So creativity, probably a below average, okay? Then we move to this one. Now this one took a little extra in a couple areas. They added an aspidistra leaf, if you can see that. They added an aspidistra leaf to it, which stepped it up. But they also looked at the vase color that they had. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's green, okay? And their carnations were yellow. So they chose, rather than choose a yellow ribbon, they chose a ribbon that had green and orange in it to go with this vase. So for me, there's creative in selection choice as well as the aspidistra. So creativity, I'd probably give it above average, okay? Now we move over to the other bud vase, the last one. You notice this one is void of any leather leaf, okay? This is a technique we have done. If any of you have attended any of our floral clinics over the years, we show this all the time, and I know some of you may be over it and tired of seeing it, but I'm telling you right now, this is one of the quickest, easiest ways to do a bud vase, and it also helps it stay clean, balanced, and very creative. So by doing this, you're checking off a lot of boxes and staying away from the pitfalls of using too much leather leaf, getting it out of proportion, balance thing. This keeps it very clean. So we use 2 aspidistra leaves with a little bit of Plumosa fern, and we used a ribbon to coordinate with it. Now, another thing that is very creative here is you see this is a full-on traditional bow. This is a 3-looped bow. This is a 2-looped bow with 2 tails going in opposite direction. So this is out of the norm. So for me, this person was very creative on so many different levels, and it would achieve probably an excellent, okay? And you can see there's the aspidistra leaf. I'll put it out there where you can see it a little closer. And if ladies, if you'll help remind me when we're demonstrating the other, I can demonstrate the aspidistra technique. It's real easy, real quick. But this is the kind of bud vase you should be teaching in school, because those of you who are not skilled designers or maybe newbies, you can control this mechanics a lot better than you can control the leather leaf. Okay? Now, would I say solely teach this in your classroom? No, I would not, because you don't know if you show up at competition. If you're not given any aspidistra leaf and you're only given leather leaf, your students need to know to do both. But they need to know that if they're given this, this is what they should do. Okay? That's the way we teach my FFA students. When we used to teach here in Coffee County, I used to tell them all the time, you know how to do this. You've got to know how to do this. But if you're given aspidistra leaves in your bucket and they ask you to make a bud vase, this is what you better use, because this is going to give you those high creativity marks. Okay? So we're looking at a below average, average to above average to excellent here.